Welcome everyone to the second cast of this evening. We are actually moved from E East over to E West as we are doing Nerd Herders vs KingFishers for round 8 of this for season 12. I do not know much about these teams, I'm going to be honest. All I know is that Nerd Herders have been doing relatively well this season. In fact, let me have a look briefly at some numbers. Or at least not some numbers, maybe just some standings on the table, just to make it a bit more, just to let me know. I see. Nerd Herd has been currently at the very top, while KingFishers is just scraping a lie at the bottom, but I have faith that they're still going to have, they have had a very perfect looking season, actually. I hope KingFishers is able to put up a good fight here, in all honesty. I love to see at least one good fight. However, to echo the first map that we had from the side of our previous game, we do see Towers of Doom to start. Should be a doozy. But right, let's hop on into the game. We are back on current patch. Life feels good again. I get to know what my buttons are. I get to do this. Life is good. Life is very good. Anyway, to get into the game... Oh my gosh, we see an Aberfa... Sorry, I got very... Huh. Anyway, I guess we're starting with the side of KingFishers. Oh, that's KingFishers over there. It is KingFishers. We see Leroy Gankins on the Aberfa. Very unusual pick. Gucci on the White Mane. Billy Bob Joe on the Varian, which I may assume is going to be Taunt. Killer Kook on the... I don't see her enough anymore. Kira. And CPT Skippy on the Li Ming. On the side of Nerd Herders, we see Mi Ding on the Tychus. Mosley on the Leoric. Rusty on Anduin. Robbie Black on... Wow. A Deathwing. And May on... Well, Arco and May, not May on Arco. So we do see a very beefy team from the side of... I nearly called it Icy Scare. I'm back in that mode. Nerd Herders. While we do see, again, that wanting to team fight from KingFishers. However, a good thing to note early on is Robbie Black over here. The Deathwing. Permanently unstoppable. Doesn't let Varian really do what Varian wants to do. We want to see how this Aberfa does going into a very good double soaker. We may just see that he's there for the hat value, however we don't know. Oh, Varian. Varian got caught out quite early on. Unfortunate timing, but very fortunate for the side of KingFishers that it is at least an early death, so we do not see too much experience taken. We do not see too much of experience taken over. Killer Cook just going on to... Is it Cook or Kook? I'm going to go with Kook. Leroy Gankins we should also mention borrowed over. We see a very interesting strategy on the side of KingFishers. I'm going to have to keep looking over just to make sure I get the name right. Kook didn't quite hit anyone, and it's very brave walking into that team as a current point in time, as we do see a split here. Varian currently top fighting over Mosley. However, we do see a team fight breaking out. We do see a stun coming on to Killer Kook by Arco. Arco is able... Meeting gets the grenade on, however, it does not quite go down. Red team wanting to still fight this down the front line. Does actually able to force Blue Nerd Herders out for a little bit. Is able to get Rusty low. Rusty getting very low. We supposed to see Anduin go down, taken out by the Aberfa in the end. But however, Li Ming does go down to the Tigers. Killer Kook taking a lot of damage from both Arco Meeting and Robbie Black. Able to get the hook away though. Walks back into the fire. Gucci also getting low. We do see Varian rotating down while we do have Mosley just double soaking. Vera's getting to be a relatively sizable advantage now. Almost a whole level lead by the side of Nerd Herders. We should see how this goes, but I have faith. KingFishers, I have faith in you. Give me something good. We have Varian rotating back up. We do see Taunt coming out. Weird if you're going to be rotating like this from a Varian onto something such as Mosley, but we should see them start to come online as these objectives come up and are wanting to fight more. Killer Kook gets an excellent swing onto Mi Ding, however, is again zoned out. Getting quite low in mana. Gucci is going down. Oh my gosh, their last bit of health just evaporated, disintegrated. Insert word here for basically all health disappearing at once. Ouch. As we see objective phase coming up, Varian is getting the last of that top soak. However, we will likely see Red team giving over this bottom. Yeah, we do see him giving over bottom objective as Aberfa is going into a bit more of a dangerous spot, getting the channel over on the objective, but however it does get out. We're seeing a very aggressive play by Billy Bob Joe here, pushing in before the rest of his team gets it. Gets taunt on Mosley. Mosley gets chasing with Ghost. Aku knocking him back into the Blizzard. Billy Bob Joe getting stunned, and Whiteman unfortunately is not able to help them. Whiteman comes on a bit later. Sure, they're very good into a beefy comp like this, but that comes on when they get their 10. And I'm assuming what we'll get, but I will not say it yet, because otherwise I will get proven wrong yet again. To quickly go over some talents from after that phase, we do see a very good fight from the blue side, as we do see them heading the 7 advantage. We do see a few stacking quests. We see Piercing Light here from Anduin. Not the most usual of talents, but has been used, albeit some people are very negative about the talent. I like it personally, but that's just preference. We do see also stacking Master Assassin. Quite underused compared to the others. Both of the other the bigger they are, and in the rhythm seem to be picked up much more than that. However, we'll wait and see how it goes. I'm not one to judge. I don't play Tychus very well. We do see Sevens come through the side of KingFishers. So we see a full W build from Li Ming. Probably a very smart call here, considering Calamity wants to get up in their face, but unfortunately Nerd Herders with their comp wants to get up in your face. So you see the problem with going that. I see something quite standard. No cleanse on the side from Whitemane, but we should see what they get done with this thing. Unfortunately, Killer Kook gets stunned here and goes down. Excellent slide by Arco. As we do actually see Kira has been stacking her baseline, Fatal Wounds. Getting very close to completing it. Almost actually got it there. Experience-wise, we are getting very close to 10s on the side of Nerd Herders. KingFishers, however, are still trying to keep up. Very unorthodox comp for this map, but they are still trying their best to make it work. We see a rotation up onto Variant as the ping comes out. Arco getting there first. Excellent slide, getting Billy Bob Joe back into the stun. Getting melted by the Tychus, losing all their health very quick. Will they? No, they will not. Unfortunate timing, as objective has just been called, giving a 2-level advantage over to the side of Nerd Herders. KingFishers won't be able to actually... Captain Skippy, please run. Very good. Nice escape. Excellent tomb by Mosley, getting both the Li Ming and the Whitemane. Whitemane then gets Ice Walled. Will probably be about to eat a combo. Actually, Root comes out early from Anduin, but Anduin uses Light Bomb to get the stun and ultimately the kill in the end anyway. Things are looking rough for the side of KingFishers, but we should see what they can do here. Oh, Deathwing. We have a melee Deathwing, it just occurred to me. It just occurred to me we have a melee Deathwing and not a ranged Deathwing. This is shades to when he first came out. Maybe not as oppressive as he first came out, as people may remember, but very oppressive. It can still be very oppressive in the right circumstances. Going over heroics from the side of Nerd Herders real quick, we see for the third game in a row from this evening on casting, we see an Odin Tychus. Not very surprised at this point. We see Fear on Deathwing, we do see Entomb, Light Bomb, and an Ice Wall, all very standard picks. On the side of KingFishers, they just got their heroics, as we see Ultimate Evolution, something very much needed by ABBA in these larger team fights, that fifth body. Whitemane picked what I thought was going to be picked of Divine Reckoning. A very good ult, especially with the amount of just clumping that happens, can do a lot of burst healing. See Disintegrate by the Li Ming, again, following with that safe play style of not wanting to go in. I like it. I like the strong, like, let's go, unrelenting strikes going in. I love this already, as we see Warbringer also coming out from Varian. Again, Varian gets his heroic early at 4, and his 10 is just more, do you want more protection or more movement? Me Ding is channeling this objective early, while Red has not quite started theirs. You do see Varian having a little scrap with Mosley up top. Mosley, unfortunately, is probably one of the better things to kill tanks, as we'll see that going on. However, the fight breaks out here. Leroy Gankins does get this out early. Unrelenting Strikes comes out. Killer Cookie's pushed back into Blizzard and goes down. However, we do see a follow-up from the Light Bomb, and for Whitemane actually saves Killer Cook. Billy Bob Joe getting very low. Rusty, however, goes down the left side of the map. Me Ding follows up with going down to the Kira Poison. Well, not poison, it is bleed. It is bleeding damage. As these 13s come through the side of Nerd Herders. That was actually an excellent fight from the side of KingFishers down talent. Not down talents, but at least down a level. 2 levels maybe, in fact. Anyway, excellent ejector phase for at least. Good fights. We do see some shades of what this comp can do from the side of KingFishers. However, it was still an even trade, more or less, as we do see... No, it wasn't even an even trade because Blue partway through got this bottom bell tower, meaning that KingFishers got less shots onto core than the side of Nerd Herders. We do see a fight breaking out here. Mosley is able to escape, even though they were the one using the Entomb, able to get bullied out ever so slightly. As we see, the power of Whitemane is incredible healing. Personal fan of Whitemane. I love using her. She's just a bit... Now, this is a word I struggle with. Is it niche or niche? I hear both recently, and I don't like it. Anyway, speaking about it, going back to the aggression of what Nerd Herders have been doing, we see them trying to push in these sappers, confirming these free extra shots to the core. There's the health change of it. I also... Big fan of Anduin. I'm going to point out, I just love all healers, but Anduin's a personal fan of mine. I know it's a husband of Buttes, but that's very different. Arco moving into the death zone, able to get Kulakook down now, but however, it takes a lot of damage to yourself, able to disengage. The sappers did get through, getting free shots to core. If you didn't know, or if you're new to the game, if you walk under if the sappers get into this, past this line here, into this death zone, they'll shoot one shot each to core. As all three got in, it shot off 3 shots. We're seeing a very commanding performance by the side of Nerd Herders, as I should move the camera more, like a good caster. Average caster, but we're getting there. Robbie Watt getting over Shrine. That's fine. Billy Bob Joe going in on Mosley, not able to do much, as Mosley does get the creepy hand out, and we do see the extra healing off orders. Li Ming, I have to look away, and here's how you repay me. We do see Glass Cannon from Li Ming. Very brave. It is normal for this build that she is running. However, it's a trait of spell power for health. Li Ming gains spell power but loses health, making her more susceptible to damage such as that. So we do just see the blue side of Nerd Herd is trying to keep this wave up here. Very safe play again from both sides. We do see the side of Nerd Herd is taking camp, while the red side of KingFishers goes down to defend. Excellent swing by Killer Cook, getting good damage. Pool does get meeting out. Leroy Gankin's taking a lot of damage from a flame breath before the start of this fight even goes off. Excellent swing. We're seeing... Rusty is taking a lot of damage. However, Light Bomb will be able to give him shield, enough so to save him as they manage to both heal and then use Desperate Prayer of himself, putting him back to full. Swing goes out from Killer Cook. Is able to get out, getting a lot of healing from Gucci there. Gucci is taking a lot of damage, standing of a flame breath. Billy Bob Joe going in deep. However, standing of a blizzard does not get stunned, but it's slow, may be a killer indeed. Gucci was unable to save them, as Tychus does take them down in the end. As you're looking at this now, it's starting to look very rough for the side of KingFishers, as by the looks of it, Nerd Herders were able to get another sapper in. All while this is happening, I should mention that Leoric's been soaking. Leroy Gankins is just sitting here, just maybe a bit nervous at the moment. Mosley has decided to go aggressive onto the ally altar, while KingFishers is just doing camp. It's just reasonable. They do not have a tank up. We do see a ping come out. Leroy Gankins as they get dropped on by Deathwing, as he was in the sky at that point in time. Leroy Gankins getting run down by Deathwing and goes down. While we do see that Abathur has great global value. That was very unfortunate that Deathwing still had landing up. Was able to land on him and just squash the Abathur. Very unfortunate for Leroy Gankins for that to happen. Okay, just to not comment on a few things. We don't see Enchant Boots line speed very often, so I'm very interested, very good to see how this is playing out, especially with Glyph of Faith, meaning that we do see that more likely to keep that cooldown up. Killer Kook does go in. Very good unstop by Arco, being able to unstop before the second stun comes out from the Kiera. We're seeing very standard builds again across the board. We do see this auto attack build coming out from Leoric, which has become more and more popular as of late, due to its lower execution of low skill ceiling compared to the Ghost build, which was meta for the longest time. I need to move camera again and just stop talking. Lurie Gankin's in a very precarious situation. Well, not situation, but a precarious spot. Just hidden out of line of sight from the side of Nerd Herders. We do see Rusty now rotating down to probably maybe top up his tank. Yep. As we see the side of KingFishers coming down as we're getting into, again, that do or die situation. Free health on this core is not much. It is just one of these next altars, and it's a double altar phase coming up right now. Any deaths here will be costly for either side. Killer Cook does his unreleasing strikes, is unable to get anything. However, the White Mane did use Divine Reckoning, was able to actually heal through a lot of it. May going down here is terrible timing, my word. Okay. Leoric is just doing camp. Let's go mostly. I love it. Love the just macro sense of this lad over here. Excellent call by the side of red team, just deciding to take this camp while Gucci takes it. However, oh no. Are they going to be able to get to the Tychus in time? Tychus is channeling, however, that is it. Very unfortunate end to this game. Very unfortunate. However, wonderful game to watch. Very commanding performance by Nerd Herders. However, KingFishers did still have some very good moments in there. Kira no 16. Oh. Kira did not go as 16. You're right, Shin. My word. Right. Let's have a quick look at stats. We do see that Kira did a lot of damage. Kira did a lot that game, but the problem for them was the side of Nerd Herders had a lot of health. I need change scene. Good work, me. I will remember to do this eventually, just normally. Transition. There we go. That's what we'd like to see. Did I do it? Yeah, there we go. I did it. Excellent. Yeah. A lot of health on the side of Nerd Herders means it's quite difficult to get through it's quite difficult for Kira to get all that damage through, as the side of KingFishers do not really have the percent damage to deal with it in realistically, just too much health to get through. Tychus also did a lot of work that game, just very good hero all around, currently does a reasonable amount of damage. Healing on the side of both teams, Anduin did a lot. Anduin's still a very good sustained healer. I do actually like that they picked up Lightwell at the beginning, a very underrated talent in my opinion. Very underrated talent, does a lot for it. Builds, however, very standard across the board. Interesting that we saw Master Assassin come out, but it ended up paying off. Right. For now, I'm going to take a quick drink break, actually, because I can just feel my throat getting dry. But we'll be right back with the second map. See you shortly. And we are back. So, well, it was an excellent map, the last map. We now have Ultrac Pass. Ultrac Pass. A map I haven't casted yet. I didn't cast it tonight, and I didn't cast it last night. So, let's get into the game, shall we? As I push this. Excellent. We do see a nice good luck, have fun coming out from Rusty. Nice early good luck, have fun. I appreciate the good sportsmanship, if it were. Right, anyway, into the game, we see Arco on Mal'Ganis. Oh! Nice start. Rusty on the Brightwing. Me Ding on Vala. Ooh. This is Vala just after today's nerf. So this map was done on, well, at least for me, the 29th of September. So this is just after the recent patch. We also see Mosley on the Zebo, someone also nerfed, and Robbie Black on the Asmo. Very split pushy team. I love a macro from them. On the left side, we see Captain Skippy on the... I've thrown myself off of that. On the Grey Main, throwing out a flask, not quite getting much. Killer Kook on the Tracer. Wow. Gucci on Tank now with an Uberak. Billy Bob Joe on Healer. So a lot of wholesale changes, and I was going to say I'm missing someone. That's because he's a Deathwing of the Sky. Now I need to look at your name. Leroy Gankins. So we see the first wave clear fight coming out. We see Deathwings dropped right in the middle. Able to get early clear on it. Not much really a lot of buttons being pushed, but not much happening realistically. We see the Zebra going to split top, while it looks like we may have an Asmodan splitting bottom. Okay. So I do not know how to cast this map, so this may be a bit rough, but we'll see how it goes. We see Deathwing going top to match Mosley. This, however, is what I would like to call rough matchup for Leroy Gankins, as Poison does a reasonable amount to Deathwing, as well as Zombie Wall is one of the true quote-unquote CCs that can trap him. Bottom lane, we see that Rusty did come down to Robbie Black as we look. Phase Shift was not used, it's being used just now. Oh, well, getting camera things. Killer Kook just getting health back just by autoing. However, Billy Bob Jones has come down to help. Vala had started a camp early. I do like this earlier camp take from the side of Siege. Maybe slowing down a bit with Vala running out of mana, but it's very good timing of this camp. Something that should be done a bit more frequently than people do still within the game. Oh, Gucci overshoots it overshoots Burrow? I'd like to call it Burrow slightly. I can check this. What am I doing? I can just click on you. Burrow, yes. As you see, just the waves just slowly going down. Sparrow charge. I just realized that. I completely missed the second word, but we're going to ignore that. Deathwing decided to go bottom, probably just because of what the matchup I said top was. Just Deathwing is not very good into Nazebo. Very weird to say, but Nazebo is doing a lot. Right. Oh, Gucci does dive onto Rusty, however, is a bit split from his team. Doesn't have much damage to follow up. Getting stunned by Arco. However, will be able to get out himself with a little bit of health. A few hopes and dreams, but a little bit of health. Let's have a quick look at talents. Right. Again, we see Spiders from Nazebo. Was nerfed today, so we should see how it pans out. Asmo went the teamfight build, as we do see Gluttony coming out. And we do see W from Vala, so the consistent builds across the board. On the side of KingFishers, I nearly said Nerd Herders, I'm getting confused again. We see Regeneration Master on Asmodan. Not Asmodan, what? Anubarak. Too many heroes with A's in the beginning of their name. I'm going to state it now. That is my excuse. We see Nerd Herders setting up defensive early. I do like this from them. However, we do see Red getting out of the camp now. Very good timing. It should do a little bit of pushing. However, we do see that Nerd Herders is also going to mirror that. Asmo rotates up a bit earlier. So it should be interesting to see what happens here. Leroy is probably just going to take the waddle upwards. Nope, flying. Really do that to me. Make me say something and then something else happens. How dare. But no, anyway. Killer Kook getting just a little bit of that siege. I think both teams may try to squeeze out 7 here. So we see a lot of posturing, but not much happening. Actually, no. Oh, we see Asmo going to defend here, getting most experienced globes. But we do see a rather large wave pushing in over this way. Red team does push down here, seeing that Asmo did split from them. We do see an excellent stun by Gucci. Greymane went in a bit too hard, too early, as Gucci did step back out. Captain Skippy backs out. Oh, Vala goes down to the Deathwing Breath. Arco, however, is able to take out Greymane in the backline. Tracer chasing onto Rusty. Rusty does take a decent amount of damage. Barely survives the phase shift. And the extra heal just coming out at the right time was able to keep him alive. Okay, we see Tens coming. Well, we see an extra healing from the Cleanse. I do like it, considering that Brightwing Cleanse build, and Cleanse got a cooldown reduction today. Here's the Zombie Wall, as I said, the soft CC for the soft quote-unquote CC for Deathwing. Excellent seep by Arco, is able to go in. We see Healing Circle right in the middle, as Billy Bob Joe is in Dragon Queen Alexstrasza form. A lot of damage coming out. Killer Kook did use their recall, is able to get healed. Rusty does get the channel over with 1.2 seconds left on the objective. Cutting it close there, Nerd Herders. My word. We're getting it. This is already a much better showing from the side of KingFishers. I'm liking the different styles in comp. They're both very team. I'm liking their comp compared to the last one. Both very team fight style comps, but just executed a bit differently. We do have extra objective healing from Billy Bob Joe. Gucci goes in very early, does get the stun off. If that stun didn't come off, I can't imagine what would have happened to them. Deathwing did just fly. And if the side of Nerdhood has heard it, they should know to go in, and they do. Billy Bob Joe did go Q build, however it's too low to get full effect of their build. It's both Live and Let Live and Life Blossom needs them to be above 75% health to actually give that effect off, and you see them just trying to be patient with their flower, not healing at the point in time. Deathwing lands very aggressive. Killer Kook in the backline currently. We do see a minion channeling over. Gucci does get a stun combo onto Mosley, however damage does not follow up. Tracer goes down to Vala. You don't like to see it, but here we are. We are now down in this fight. KingFishers are now down in this fight as they're desperately clicking on the objective, trying to get it back over as we see it going a point at a time, and there it is. Captain Skippy will go down here. Gucci getting relatively low, hugging that circle, wanting the healing. Wasn't punished for it, but cutting it very close there, Gucci. I like that objective phase on both sides. Very good stuff, very good stuff. However, Alexstrasza did not have Dragon Queen for that last fight, and you just saw it make that impact of they didn't have the healing to just get through the sustain of Brightwing. Right, as we are heading into the cavalry phase, we see a relatively even split. Asmo gone back to bot lane, mostly gone back to top lane, however will decide to leave due to seeing 3 members of the red team on board. We see 2 mid, that means Asmo knows, I can go. There's nothing here to stop me. We do see 3 people here pushing down the red fort. Excellent W by Arco, meaning they can live a bit longer and gets Captain Skippy out. Thing to note about the cavalry. I should not have clicked on that. The thing to note about the cavalry is that they do a little bit of damage by themselves, but a large amount of what they do is giving move speed and damage to everything in their aura around them. So the minions actually are a bit more important to kill in this instance. As we see Red slowly clearing us out, we actually have a very good first phase by Nerd Herders, as they're able to get both top and mid, not top and mid and bottom fort. Deathwing does use Cataclysm to get out, however will be still being run at by the side of Nerd Herders. We do see that Nerd Herders does have their heroic advantage again this map. Interesting to see we have Dark Conversion coming through. Emerald Wind, oh! You don't see these two ults very... You don't at least see Emerald Wind very often. You're seeing Dark Conversion a bit more. Their health swap very important, very good onto things such as, well, no, a big health bar worth of healing over here, or over here. Tide of Sin by Asmo, okay. We do see a teamfight ult coming out from Nazebo with Spirit. Ravenous Spirit. Very good, able to get on top of someone, does a lot of damage. And Reign of Vengeance by Vala for that extra CC. Asmo's been getting very close to his stacks, already at 168. Vala did already stack her level 1 quest. It wants 20 to get the extra bonus damage, which she did successfully. An interesting thing to note about Nazebo, he didn't go full spider build, he went Blood Ritual at 4. Personally, one of my preferred talents, especially now that it gives a bonus 3 extra stacks per hero's takedown. Also, it gives you extra mana off health and mana off everything that dies while under effects of Voodoo Ritual. Right, on the side of KingFishers, we do see their ults coming through. We see Cursed Bullet from Greymane, Lifebinder from Alex. Probably very good, especially considering we got a health swap on the side of Mal'Ganis. However, Mal'Ganis is patient. He can cancel out their ult with his own. Cocoon from Anubarak, pretty standard. And Cataclysm upgrade from Deathwing. Tracer, taking her time, thinking about it, smelling the flowers. They'll figure it out what they want soon. So we see the side of Nerdherders pushing in this top fort. Killer Kook gets onto Mosley, is able to do a decent chunk of damage. We see them, they take Quantum Spike, I believe. No, Sticky Bomb. So, the bigger bomb, however, it slows for 70%. Did I read 70%? It slows for 70% now. A lot of extra CC in a team fight. We should see how this goes out, considering, well, objective phase come up. Mosley did overextend a slight bit. However, Killer Kook does recall out, taking a lot of health and damage. Billy Bob Joe forced to use the Lifebinder on them to heal them up to full, taking a lot of damage. Mosley overextended using that Ravenous Spirit. Took a lot of damage. Killer Kook doubling back to get the healing circle. A lot of abilities used, but not much happened. However, Dragon Queen Alexstrasza was used. Essentially, Alexstrasza's second ult. It may have been necessary, but maybe needed coming up very shortly, and they will not have it for another 90 seconds, I feel like. Where are you? What are you? You're 8. Another 120 seconds. That's 150 second cooldown. That's a very long cooldown. 5 minutes, in fact. As we see a teamfight breaking out, Kushi does dive onto the backline. Arco going low. He gets a health swap on Leroy Gankins on the Deathwing, such as mentioned before. Gucci gets double stunned and goes down. Excellent sleep from Arco, managing to lock down at least 2, but does not have much follow-up CC. Robbie Black channels over their objective. Interesting visual bug. Billy Bob Joe unfortunately goes down, does not have the escape to get out. The unfortunate thing about Alex is they do not have much of an escape. If they get on top of like that, they are in a very scared form. Right. We do see things happening. Definitely being chased down. Is Leroy going to be able to... I feel the pain. I feel the pain of Leroy right there as they just... The animation started. You can see the swoop up, but they didn't quite make it out. Excellent that they're still controlling objective here. And this camp was pushing a lot during that objective. It got a lot of pressure up forwards. Someone is calling for boss. And it looks like to be the side of Nerdherders. Well, Mr. Mal'Ganis holds down this area here. We do have level 1 completed by, as Madana should mention, gluttony being done. However, it should be noted, this boss is showing on map. If you look all the way under here, you'll see that there is the yellow boss icon up. So the side of KingFishers knows that they will need to defend this lane. And you saw a lot of them had postured here. I like Nerdherder's plan to push this boss, get the wave up, getting a lot of pressure, especially with their cavalry coming through in only a few seconds. I believe I heard Cursed Bullet come out, and yep, we do see that on its 30-second cooldown. Definitely will have Cataclysm up. We'll have a lot of ults up here, actually. This should be a rather big team fight. The thing to note is, blue team of Nerdherders have all 5 here. Deathwing is still top and looks like Mayu's fight to get down. Greymane died very fast, even under fight of Lifebinder. Anubarak soon to follow. A lot of just so much damage coming out. It's insane. As we have a boss cavalry on this keep. Fort. Structure. The thing to note here, we still have 2 forts up. Makes it very difficult to get this core down, as each of these plates represent how much armor it has. So it has 2 armor plates up. 2 of these icons up currently means it has 40 armor. However, even with that, the side of Nerdherders are burning through it, doing an incredible amount of damage. Will the side of KingFishers be able to stave them off? No, it does not look like it. Incredibly quick map here. GG's to both sides. It was a wonderful map to watch. Nerdherders were very dominant, keeping up their almost, I believe, perfect season according to my Twitch chat. As we should go over to the game summary view. Right. Looking at stats, we see Vala doing, again, a lot of that work. This is a low damage but high kill game on the side of Nerdherders. Very impressive stuff. I've enjoyed watching the aggression from the side of Nerdherders. It's very eye-opening for things that E-East will have to deal with. Especially, I know that people in my chat are from E-East as well as myself. There's a very threatening force on the side of E-West. KingFishers, I would like to mention, did their absolute best to stay in this. They had very good early game, just however, that one objective was just a bit too costly. But I want to thank you the teams for both Nerd Herders and KingFishers for playing this series. It was a wonderful series to cast. Both teams did have their strong suits. However, we did see the split push value of both Nazebo and Asmodan coming in, just getting too much extra done, while the side of KingFishers really only had Deathwing as a true offlaner. Even then, it's not fantastic into either Nazebo or Asmodan just because of how his kit is. Excellent healing from both healers. We did have Brightwing barely beating out Illustraza by only about 3k. But all in all, what a wonderful series to watch. And I thank anyone who decides to watch this at a later time. And I want to thank people who came out to watch the stream. I appreciate it. I realize I forgot to change the title, but c'est la vie. And I'll wish you all a very good night. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, evening, depending when you want to watch this. But have a good time all.